It's exactly 1 week to the official date for candidates to kick off campaign as announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, ahead of next year's election. The team of the Rivers Governor Nyesom Wike in the People's Democratic Party has pulled out of the campaign council of the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Rising from their stormy meeting earlier today, members of the team vowed not to partake in Atiku's campaign activities pending the resignation of the party's national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu. The team officially announced its position after a long meeting which began around 7 p.m. last night and ended 2 a.m. this morning at the private residence of Governor Wike in Partake, Rivers State capital. Recently, some members of the group were appointed as leaders and members of the campaign council for the party's presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar. Now, the group's position came just hours after the Independent National Electoral Commission published the final list of candidates for the national election in the presidential, senatorial, and federal constituencies in accordance with Section 32, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022 and Item 8 of the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general election. The INEC circular also included the candidate's state of origin, age, qualifications, and other details, as well as that of running mates. Those cleared by the electoral umpire are Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party, amongst others. Now, according to the Electoral Commission, the list published contains the names of candidates validly nominated for national elections at the close of party primaries and the period earmarked for withdrawal and substitution of candidates. And now that INEC has finally released the list of those contesting for several elective offices, the Northern Alliance Committee says the result of their independent study on political leaders that are credible, nationalistic, and detribalized has shown that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu checks all the boxes used as a yardstick for their findings. They are strongly convinced that he is the best to be elected as president in next year's election. The committee, which is the first to openly back the presidential ambition of Bola Tinubu, said APC candidate has what it takes to confront the challenges currently facing the country, and his administration will foster unity, peace, and progress amongst all the ethnic and religious groups in the country.
2021 Northern Alliance Committee organized a meeting with him to speak to us about his ambition. At the end of the meeting, we became more convinced about his suitability to be the APC flag bearer, and you concluded he might be the person to turn around the fortune of the country.
The key, as I see it, is the promotion of peace, unity, inter-ethnic unity, inter-religious unity within the northern region. And I'd like to add, by extension, across the entire country. If I add that, you will see that these objectives are not inconsistent with the objective of His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
I do not support Tinubu because he's a Yoruba man. I do not support him because he's a Muslim. I am supporting him because he has once been governor of a state which was more of a slum. He transformed Lagos from that of a slum city to that of a city everybody can be proud of.
Ahmed Tinubu, do you understand? He's a chosen candidate by us. He's somebody we have x-rayed. He's somebody we have looked into his past antecedents and come to the conclusion that we believe that he will be a good leader and be able to govern properly and be a good leader.
And staying with electoral matters, a group of young Nigerians have now joined the advocacy for an increased youth inclusion in governance. The group has unveiled a 10-point agenda of their expectations from Nigeria's next president after the 2023 general election. They say their agenda will officially be presented to all presidential candidates at its forthcoming presidential debate to be held on the 1st of October this year. TVC News correspondent Atiku Abubakar has details.
Large youth population and their significant voting strength has made issues affecting young people an important subject of national discourse. Ahead of next year's general elections, politicians and political parties are reaching out to youth groups to canvass for their support. These youths are also making their demands known in exchange for their votes. They want an improved inclusion of youths in matters of governance and politics. For them, it will no longer be business as usual as they lead a campaign to hold leaders accountable and demand transparency.
Youth need to actively participate in everything. And in this 2023, it's a different ballgame because the youth are more, they are more awakened. Everybody is ready to see how our nation can move forward, how we can get credible leaders that will move our nation forward.
A lot of things have been missing in the government of Nigeria. Accountability is missing. Inclusion is missing. We are saying no. This time around, all the political elites come and listen to what we, the young people, want. Then you can exactly know what you can do with us.
We want a candidate, a presidential candidate that will have the youths at heart. A candidate that will employ at least minimum of youths in their cabinets. Do you understand? Because we have so many talented youths. Every day, our brains are being shipped out of this country. Young men, young boys.
The group is also planning a presidential debate that will take place on the 1st of October, where they will formally unveil their 10-point agenda to all presidential candidates to push their advocacy for the inclusion of youths in governance. The group encourages all youths, civil societies, as well as politicians to support and promote the conduct of a free, fair and credible electoral process in next year's general elections. Atiku Abubakar, TVC News, Abuja.
We turn our attention now to the nation's capital, where the federal lawmakers have returned to the National Assembly to continue the business of lawmaking and representation after their annual summer recess. At the Green Chamber, Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila says the House of Representatives has been able to make remarkable progress in the drive to end the lingering ASUU strike. After more than 4 hours behind closed doors, the Speaker, without going into details, said the 7-point demands of the striking university teachers have been significantly addressed. The House is to further meet with NITDA, the Accountant and Auditor Generals of the Federation, and the National Salaries and Wages Commission to firm up all loose ends. While he is hopeful of an end in sight to the strike, he states that the leadership will be meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari once he returns from the United Nations General Assembly. In response, ASUU chairman says it will make further comments only after seeing the government's report.
Granular details, well, we knew the issues, but to find out exactly what solutions can be offered. As you know, they say 2 heads are better than 1. Now that the legislative arm of government has come in, we are very hopeful, based on our deliberations in the last, how many hours? About 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, that we are almost, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So,
but we've told you, we're waiting for them. When they send their report, we'll take it from there.
All right.